Where's my D20?
Gobbo!
Worth it.
Hello and welcome to Hobb's Horror Stories. I am Hob, your hobgoblin narrator, finally back to tell you more stories.
Or more like half hobgoblin.
Well, mostly back. Hopefully we can fix this soon. I'm tired of, eating mice and picking feathers out of my, well, it's unbearable. Well, I think that's enough owlbear puns for today.
Never!
The stories we have for you today are first about Muppets being in a D&D game, and then a small misunderstanding leading to a big problem for a player.
Must have been unbearable.
These two stories today are not horror, but for the holidays coming up, we wanted to shake it up a bit and share some funny ones instead.
So bear with us.
So without further I mean do. Let's get into story 1. This story comes from r/D&D Stories, and was written by Adequate Probadork. The title of today's story is He's a Ranger. He's supposed to know these things. I came in mid-campaign to join a group of, well, we're elves. We're thieves. Yeah, that about covers it. They're elves. Well, one of them turns out to have been a changeling who, almost but entirely incapable of not letting anyone know the fact while declaring quite loudly that he was in fact an elf. But anyway, they hired my character, a mid-level ranger, to lead them and their NPC healer through a dangerous forest. Hey, a job's a job, right? So, here we are, 2 days into our journey without anything particularly exciting happening until we come across a deep ravine with a bridge crossing it, and about 6 goblins at said bridge. You can smell the vintage scenario from here, can't you?
Ah, yes, I can see it now. The goblins taking all of their money and loot and living like kings, as all goblins should. That's what happens, right?
The goblins all begin demanding, in high-pitched Muppet-like common, that we eat all.
So far, so good.
The elves go into a huddle. I'll climb that tree and shoot at them from there. You can cast this one, and that one, and that one. Said huddle goes on for a while.
And as they're talking, the goblins come up and stab him in the back, right?
We are slightly outnumbered, enough that it's a bit of a concern. And if you've seen one whole bridge scenario, you can kinda guess where this is likely to lead to. My ranger, name redacted due to old age and forgetfulness, thinks for a bit, then asks the tallest goblin how much the toll is.
Okay, see, that guy's being smart. Give the goblins what they rightfully deserve.
A long moment passes as the goblins go into a huddle.
I mean, usually we gotta take the money. We're kinda caught off guard if someone just offers to give it to us.
The elves are still in their huddle, now apparently making attack formation diagrams in the dirt.
Ah, strategies for losers. Just use the goblin strategy of they can't kill us all.
The toll, it turns out, is 1 silver piece.
And they say all goblins are bad. That's a fair price. Quite a steal, in fact.
I just got paid by these elves. My ranger pays the toll.
You see, this guy's smart, right? He gets to live. We like this guy. He pays us.
The goblins and the DM are, to be frank, stunned. The tallest one yells out, "Pay toll! Pay toll!" Goblins come out of everywhere, all clustering around their leader, whose little green hands are now somewhat full of coins. The goblins then depart, joyously crying, "Pay toll! Pay toll!" The elves and their healer, and the DM, are a bit bewildered. For much of the rest of the day, one or the other will stare into the middle distance, and he muttered, "He paid toll. The toll. He just paid the toll. So simple, so elegant. Well, he's a ranger. He's supposed to know about such things.
And another happy ending. Nothing makes a goblin happier than shinies.
So I have two main notes about this story. One, as a goblin, I'm deeply offended at the discrimination against goblin kind shown in this story right here. Truly disgusting. Goblins are gracious creatures who are capable of anything, not just being little Muppets. But on the other hand, it was a real cool story and it sounded like they had a lot of fun, so good for you, OP. Good for you. Let's get into story number 2. This second story I have for you also comes from r/D&D Stories, and was written by High Crimes and History. The title of this story is Why You Should Pay Attention to Your Height and Weight in Character Creation. I think you can all see where this is going. One of my first player characters I created in Pathfinder 1st Edition was a halfling bard named Brandy. I spent hours going through the spell and feat list, meticulously planning my character's levels for future leveling up. I built him heavily as a skill junkie with high dex and charisma. As such, he was extremely high in many of these related skills. When I got to the final touches though, I noticed I hadn't put in a height or weight. No problem, I'll just find out what the average height of a halfling is. 3 feet? We'll make it 3'1". Weight? How about 130 pounds? Sounds about right. A couple of sessions in, someone wants to carry me, and asks my weight. I reply, 130. The whole table looks up. DM, you're a halfling, right? Me. Yeah? Another player. Well, what's your height? Me. 3'1". Why? DM. Your character is super fat. Me. What? No, he's not. He's only 130. Other player. Yeah, and he's only 3 feet. What's his BMI? Another player plugs into his BMI calculator. Other player. Oh, God! It's 66! For reference, obesity is 30 or above. Or another way to put it, if Brandy was 5'7", his weight would have to be over 430 pounds. To make matters even better, his dexterity bonus at level 1 was +4, the highest in the group. The most obese character by far was the most acrobatic and stealthy character.
Hey, it's Bob from Tekken, just like half the size. Or Rufus from Street Fighter if you're cringe.
I decided to roll with it, which made roleplay even more fun. Me. I want to acrobatics past this giant blocking the cave. DM. Okay, roll for it. Me. I got a 24. DM. Okay, you pass, so how do you do it? Me. I pinwheel and begin rolling down the corridor. Using my inertia, I roll up the side of the cave wall like a half-pipe over the giant's head and down the other side, making a plopping sound when I land. So yeah, make sure to pay attention to your height and weight in character creation. I've been playing with the same group for 6 years, every weekend, so I've got plenty more stories to share. So, yeah, for everyone out there, make sure when you're making a character you also look at what the weight is supposed to be for your character. Or don't, it can lead to hilarious stories like this. Altogether though, the main thing here is that OP and all of his friends had a ton of fun playing through this, and that's the most important part. The people at his table are far more likely to remember the morbidly obese halfling rogue than they are the super buff paladin or barbarian. Well, I'm glad I got to share these stories with you. Now, real quick, let's see if I can get turned back into my normal self before Christmas. Hey, Sebastian!
Oh, Bob, salutations. I whipped up this elixir to fix you right up.
Alright, it better not do anything else weird to me, though.
Oh, trust me. I got it right this time.
Good. Thank you.
No problem, pal. If you don't mind, though, I will stand over here while you drink it.
Well, that's not unsettling at all. Well, down the hatch. Ugh, tastes like a dwarf sock.
Please don't work. Please don't work. Please don't work.
Oh, wow. It actually worked.
No.
Finally, something worked here.
I mean, good to have you back.
Well, thank you everyone for watching. Let's wrap up today's video. I hope you enjoyed today's story. If you have any stories you would like to have read here on the channel, please share them to the email in the description below. Also, if you could please like, comment, and subscribe, it would help us greatly to slay the monster known as the algorithm. Also, if you're looking for more great horror stories like these, please click the link at the end of this video. Thank you from all of us here at Goblins and Gremlins.